All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over production. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about directing, production flow. We're going to talk about catering and how to schedule your set. Also, we're going to give you guys insider information on a campaign shoot that we did for a brand. We're going to show you guys how we did it. I'm going to break it down step by step and give you guys all the secret tips that I can on how to create a client film. So if you're on set and you are the director, whether you got a team or whether it's yourself, you got to make sure that you know what's going on. Yeah, you got to be the most prepared out of everyone, because at the end of the day, everyone's going to be coming to you looking for answers, and you got to have those answers. Otherwise, you're going to be on set all day. Really understanding what your shot list is, your storyboard, the kind of performances that you want from the actors or the model or the talent, and really gauging like how everyone is feeling on the day as well. It's really a huge juggling act being the director. It's not easy. That's why not a lot of people do it. But if you want to do it, it's all about having confidence in yourself and really believing in the vision, sticking true to that, and everything else will flow from that. So communication is going to be key, being able to talk to everyone on set, making sure that everybody knows what's going on and everyone feels safe and heard, and then just going for it. Yeah, you're really driving this whole production. So make sure you're energized, make sure you get a good night's sleep beforehand, make sure you're obviously prepared, you have your shot list ready to go so you can always refer back to it, but also leave room for creativity as well. Sometimes things pop up and they might be unexpected, but sometimes for the best. I find that some of the best ideas are on set. So just being open to that, being able to freestyle a little bit, but also, of course, sticking to your schedule. And this is where your first AD is going to come into it. We've talked about directing, having your crew on set, having the right team, your Avengers, and working with them. And that's all great. But now we're going to talk about casting and also how you work with the actors in front of the screen, whether they're actors, models, or even like clients or people that have never been in front of the camera before. What's it like actually working with them and getting the best performance out of them? So I'm gonna start off with actors. Whether they're super experienced or they're just starting out, there's a level of trust between yourself as a director and the actor. And you gotta make sure you guys are on the same page when it comes to performance and really collaborating on this process. A lot of the times, directors will finish a shot and they'll run straight to the camera and review the footage and see how it looks. But what I've always learnt when I was in film school is to actually leave that and go straight to the actors and see how they felt about their performance overall. Not just about, visually what's in the camera, but how's your actor actually feeling? Like, how are they performing? Are they happy with it? Are you happy with it? And really collaborating on that process to refine it, or if it's perfect, then moving on to the next shot. If they're a bit more inexperienced, then you might need a little bit more communication with them in terms of what you want. At the end of the day, you want a real performance. You want them to do their best. So whatever helps them get there, you got to be ready for that. So sometimes it takes just a little bit of coaching here and there next to the camera, or you might even have to take him aside, take him away from the crew, and actually have a one-on-one conversation with them about what you want. It can be difficult to be in front of the camera. I'm finding it a little bit difficult now. It's a different ball game when you step in front of the camera. There's lights there, there's people watching. You can be self-conscious. As a director, you got to make sure that the person in front of the camera feels comfortable. And that ties into working with models who are maybe less experienced in terms of movement, and also with clients. If somebody is in front of the camera and they are maybe a little bit shy, they're getting a bit of stage fright, it's up to you to really talk to them and be able to direct them to find a way to make it comfortable for them, whether that be, asking people from the crew that aren't necessarily needed to be there to step away, or it could just mean, giving them a break, letting them go for a walk, or just telling them, hey, just take a deep breath. We have time. Just do your best, and we can always go for another take. Working with models can be a little bit harder, but of course they already have a little bit of experience in front of the camera. So usually I find that giving them just very clear directions will help. Whether it might be physically, hey, I want you to walk from here to here, or I want you to look down and then look up to the camera. Just giving them straight directions so they can just kind of follow that. And then slowly you'll start to get the emotion after you have the physical blocking sorted. If it's someone that has never been in front of the camera, maybe they're a bit freaked out, rehearsals is going to be key. So making sure that before you come on set, these guys know exactly what they're going to be saying, what they're going to be doing, so they feel more confident once they get here and the lights are on, the camera's rolling. If they're struggling on set, sometimes you just got to call a timeout, say, hey, let's take a bit of a break, go for a walk, get your mind off things. It's not easy being in front of the camera, and you'll find that a lot of people maybe don't prefer to be in front of the camera, but they got to do it for their job or work, or they just want to kind of contribute. So understanding, everyone is different. Everyone has a different level of experience when it comes to being in front of the camera, and that is an art in itself. And you can go down the route of acting and performing, and that's a whole different ball game. So as a director, you've got to be empathetic about who's in front of the camera, what they're trying to do, what do you want, and collaborating with them to get the best performance possible.